What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's greatest sports betting show. I'm your host, John Hyslop, joined always by my friend without a hat, the great Matt Modai. What's up, dude? Where's the hat?
Yeah, no hat today. We got a haircut over the weekend. Got to look nice and fresh for the big day next week. So I felt confident with not wearing a hat, which is a rare occurrence for me.
You're getting married, aren't you?
On Saturday, yeah.
Fun, dude. So you're not going to be here next week?
I won't be here starting Thursday for the
starting this
week.
Thursday and then next. Okay, I'm going to try and get somebody to join me, but I don't know if they'll do as good a job as you will.
I appreciate that.
I'm just kidding, bro. Somebody will. No, I'm just kidding.
They'll be probably better, honestly.
All right, yeah. How did I guess I was going to say, how'd your weekend go? I was going to recap the show. We don't do it on Thursday, Friday, or I'm sorry, we don't do it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe just recap that. Like, what did you win this weekend?
Yeah, I've been on a, I'm not going to say I'm on a dead prez type of run because I'm not, but I am on a pretty good run myself. Thursday night football, I got Ray climbed the full ladder. He got all the way to the top. Yesterday, had a good day. I had Jalen Tolbert climbing the full ladder on Sunday night football, which hit. So I think I did the math since Monday night football, week 3, up 19 units on NFL player props. So again, it's not like 3 shows worth in 14 units, whatever it is, or 46 units. I mean, whatever it is for dead prez. But yeah, I'll take it. Pretty good run that we're on.
Yeah. No, we were talking about it earlier. I think right before you went on the run, how it just flipped. Yep. You know what I mean? Like things aren't going well. And that's the mind tricks that gambling plays. You know what I mean? That like you just gotta have a bankroll system that you use, one that you can rely on. I go with 1% per bet. So 1% of my whole bankroll per bet. Like there's no chance I'm going to be, homeless after losing a unit. I have 99 left. Like it's fine, dude. Like don't worry. And if you do that, you should be fine. I did great until the 4:00 game started. And then Tucker didn't do anything. Hyatt was just getting cardio. And then I lost the same game parlay at night. But I feel like I'm onto something though. Those were ones that I didn't come up with the same method. Does that make sense? Like sure. Tyler Conklin early in the day, I almost had 6+ receptions plus 700 at Caesars, but I didn't pull the trigger and he caught 6 balls. I did have 4 plus 175. I knew that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to find spots that I'm very confident in, like giant ladder plays though. So
same.
Hopefully that works. You know what I mean? And then the other one was Amari Cooper, who he only ended up with 60. That was spot on, though. He easily could have had, I don't even know what.
160.
He was targeted 10 times. The guy didn't even really play the whole game. It was down the field. It was exactly what you wanted. Air yards all over the place. The quarterback sucks. So there is that. That's an issue. But, I mean, these guys, they're NFL quarterbacks. So, when you say they're not that bad, I mean, they're bad compared to their peers. But, like, I don't know. All they need to do is just hit the guy one freaking time. But they didn't yesterday. Deshaun Watson was, awful. Still got 60.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was on Cooper. I had him 50+, which I was able to – obviously that hit. And then I had him 75+, which I would have liked. So, yeah, I'm with you. I was watching every throw of that Deshaun Watson game performance. It's been like, what are you doing here? Like, they got to go Jameis. They got to go Jameis.
Yeah, no, I agree. If they do that too, good luck to anybody that fades Amari Cooper because Jameis throws a great deep ball.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think that's going to happen this week.
It should.
I mean, he is like aiming the ball, like he's throwing it. Like he threw one of them at his feet. Like later in the. I'm just like, dude, like just. I wanted him to get over 60, you know what I mean? Like he was on 60. I'm like, just catch another one down the field a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that correction or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was just like, dude, like what is happening? Like, why can't you throw a football anymore?
I mean, there's one play where he had Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson had Amari Cooper. It would have been like an 80-yard touchdown, and he just missed him. I mean, it wasn't even close. It was like the ball was behind him. Like it was so bad that the defender couldn't even intercept it. That's how off target it was.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, well, actually, I don't know that they get too many more of these opportunities, but maybe against the Ravens secondary where they play
the Eagles next week.
Yeah, so okay, well, we got a chance there. If it's Jameis, I would take Amari Cooper again.
100 plus.
I was kind of upset with myself too. I didn't take Jamar Chase. I kind of got talked off it during the stream, and I'm pretty good at not getting talked off anything. You know what I mean? Like I just like, okay, I hear you, and then I move on. And then Josh Downs as well. I nailed both of those. So like I said, I feel good, even though the bankroll doesn't reflect it this week. It's not like I really lost money over the weekend from Thursday to Sunday. I won money, but I'm saying it should have been a banner weekend. And I just feel like I'm kind of locking in, though. You know what I mean? So I feel good. I feel very good. I totally so good that I forgot there was MLB today. So I didn't look at that. I wrote 2 NFL articles, Monday Night Football ones, one for SBD, who, if you're not following SBD on Twitter, you should be following them there. That's a great website, really good website for, articles and just analysis and stuff like that. Sports betting dime. They really don't get the credit they deserve in the space. You know what I mean? It is a good site. And then I did another one for 4 for 4. They get all the credit and they deserve it. They're just smart guys over there. But I'm very, very excited about the game tonight. Before we get to it, though, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to talk about a couple dingers because I know there was some yesterday. I think there was like 13, you said?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Okay, so there's that. And then there's also a merch store that we definitely need to get to. If you're listening to this show, listening to streams, wherever, this is the greatest way to support the content is to have some gambling gear. I don't think that there is enough gambling gear on the planet right now. I think that it's just more fun to watch a shirt or watch a game with a shirt on that says Real Men Bet Overs or any other thing. I mean, look at all the shirts in here. Like there's a million of them. There's a Jet Skis and Monkey shirt. Can't win if you don't bet. I mean, just great apparel for the gambler, letting everybody know that, hey, this guy probably has money on this game. That's all. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be no confusion whatsoever. So there's a link in the description. We're not just having sweatshirts and T-shirts too. We've got candles, we got beanies, we've got can coolers, ping pong balls, shot glasses, phone covers. It's ridiculous what we have. So go in there, check it out if you get some time today. Again, that is the best way to support the content here. Keeps it puts a little money in our pockets, it helps us out with that, and also makes you look good. So everyone wins. Everyone wins, and that's the mark of a great bet. But anyways, let's talk some home runs. I don't have that screen pulled up right now, so I'm going to do it as you're telling me about your favorite one of today.
Yeah, so I did a spray the board technique. I took 2. I put a quarter unit on each of them. Really what I wanted to do was Carlos Rodon is pitching, and it's rare you get a dinger guy pitching in the second round of the playoffs. So I felt like that's something that we had to take advantage of. Because Rodon, I mean, I don't have my notes in front of me. It's waiting on an article for Newsweek being edited. But off the dome, I believe he had the 4th highest launch angle allowed in the MLB and either the 2nd or 3rd highest fly ball rate. Basically, he's letting dudes put the ball in the air. In the last 2 months, his home run per 9 against right-handed hitters, I guess I should say who I'm taking. Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt Jr. I guess that part's obviously important.
Yeah, we're going to need that.
Yeah. Salvador, 350 at FanDuel is what I bet myself. 375 at Fanatics is the best offered price, but obviously we all know what the deal is with Fanatics. And then Witt Jr. was 450 at Fanatics. Looks like that's still the case. You can get a 425 out at BetMGM. It's targeting Carlos Rodon. I always mix up him and Nestor Cortez. One of them is way better at home. I looked it up. That's not Carlos Rodon. He's actually has a worse home run per 9 at home than he does away, which is good. I'm not a huge home road guy, but if they're dramatic enough, then I will take something into that. And that's not really the case with Rodon. Like I said, he's worse at home. He also throws the heater about 50% of the time. Both Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez crush heaters. In the last game, Bobby Witt Jr., he hit a ball 392 feet. And this ball not leaving the stadium, I think like they should send that baseball to scientists because it was 108 miles per hour off the bat. It was a 22-degree launch angle. Yeah. I just don't understand a scenario in which that doesn't leave the fence. It's crazy.
Because I'm telling you, dude, they soak the balls in water. I'm telling you, that ball was probably in a lake somewhere before. Like, I'm telling you, dude, I don't understand how the ball must be like waterlogged.
Yeah, it honestly makes it So how does any ball leave the stadium? Like it does. Like
Well, they just
then,
don't get the one that got soaked or something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay, I got it. So
They
not
kind of
every
rotate
ball,
'em.
not every baseball is soaked. Only some of them.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know what I think. I just know that
But that
that's
sounds right to
ridiculous.
me. Yeah. So yeah, it's those two. Like I said, he hit one 392 feet yesterday. Perez in 3 games has 6 separate hits that are 100 plus miles per hour off the bat. So he's been hitting the ball hard. Bobby Witt Jr.'s got 5. He had 2. They both had 2 last game. A lot of green. If you were to pull it up on Zeus, I guess that would be red on Zeus. So
Yeah, red.
you don't have to because we're just
Okay.
I know we're doing it quickly, but
Yeah, let's just get the hell out of here. I do love baseball, and I'm sorry, baseball people, to sound like this. It's just I think I uncovered the greatest play of all time in the Monday Night Football game. So that's all. That's all. So I am sorry. Just keep going, Matt.
no, that's it. That's all I had. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez. They mash heaters. It's a lefty versus righty matchup, which honestly I was surprised at how Witt was. Like,
He's not. Yeah.
No, he's way better against righties.
Yes,
I'm still
not a lefty guy, but whatever. Like Witt is good. I think Witt is victimized by playing in Kansas City because their
100%.
park is literally just like Yellowstone. Like, I mean, you could.
Yeah.
It's gigantic. So
It's huge. Yeah, it's
how
ridiculous.
does anyone hit over the fence there? So he should get the MVP just for that.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyways, yeah, that's awesome. I have been watching. Don't get me wrong. I had the Monday night game on last night on YouTube TV. They offer split view, and I had both on. Like I'm gonna treat baseball as a legitimate sport this year, and because it is. You know, I'm telling you, I've had a great time watching
playoff baseball. Is crazy.
I definitely have. So I'm not saying that. It's just the new thing comes along. Football, you know what I'm saying? It gets back, and it's like you kind of remember, like, I don't know, dude, football's awesome. So start watching that, and then you're like, all right, screw these the boys of summer because summer's over now. But dude, it's good stuff, man. We were watching the Mets game at bowling Thursday night when Pete Alonso hit that home run.
Oh my God,
that was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, baseball, I still love you, but to be honest with you, it's moving on to football time, and this game is actually like shaping up to be pretty good if they do the what I think they're gonna do. All right. So first of all, Kareem Hunt, 13 plus rush attempts is plus 188 at Caesars. They have alts there at Caesars, which is pretty cool for rush attempts because not many books have it. I think they might be the only ones. Maybe Fanatics does, but I'm not positive on that. I think Hunt carries the ball a lot tonight. I don't really think that pass game is in very good shape. I don't have to tell you, but I mean, Rice being hurt is a problem.
Yeah.
They don't see a lot of stacked boxes either, just because of Mahomes. So that's another thing on our side, just because he should have a little bit of success. You know what I mean? Like, this guy doesn't have to be running all over the place, but just move the chains. If we could just move the chains, have long sustained drives, 13 rushes is not a lot. And to put in perspective for you, last week he ran the ball 14 times. Guess when his first carry came?
I mean, it's got to be like, his first carry was that the week Steele fumbled? I'm trying to get my weeks right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm second quarter. Is that what it was?
Second quarter.
Yep.
So I just think that he's taken that job, like, because he's exactly what they need type of running back. Just he will find the hole. He's not going to dance. We'll get you whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. I just think that they were ready to do that, but the Steele fumble, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, that's it. And yeah, so Kareem Hunt, 13 plus rushes, plus 188.
I like it. I have 3 for tonight. 2 of them I just put a half unit on because I didn't want to just go crazy with my responsible bankroll management, which you always talk about. And then the third one I did a ladder play because those have just been crazy. But the first one that I'll talk about, and this is a little bit of a weirder play, but it's Xavier Worthy over 2.5 rushing yards. So I got him at 1.5. It bumped up to 2.5. I'd still take it there. It's minus 110 odds at bettor 65.
Imagine me like, yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he gets 1 rush for 2 yards, I'm not gonna feel good for the people that.
Yeah, but honestly, like, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're gamblers here, and that would be ridiculous to be like, yeah, I can't do it for the other yard, because if he gets 1, like, he's getting Probably if he gets a carry and he gets that yard, he's probably getting 15. But go ahead.
Exactly. So again, this is a little like he's hit this in 3 or 4 games. The only game he didn't have a carry was last week against the that was against the Chargers. It was a weird game. Like that's fine. Weeks 1 and 2, he hit this only getting 1 carry. And if you remember, week 1 was the game against the Ravens where he like took that end around for a touchdown. It was the first touchdown for the Chiefs in that game. And then he had 3 carries in the week 3 game against the Falcons. So no Rashee Rice, no Isaiah Pacheco. I think they're going to have to try to be creative. Like they can't just drop back and pass normally with the receivers they have. Like Sky Moore's terrible. Juju Smith-Schuster was good like 5 years ago. And Kelsey's fine, but he's only Travis Kelce. And I don't think that Xavier Worthy is good enough as a receiver just to be like a normal drop back and pass type of guy. Nope. Like you look at his numbers. I mean, on the Chiefs alone, he's got the 6th lowest separation score, the 6th lowest win rate, and he's 9th on the Chiefs in targets per route run. Literally 8 players on the Chiefs have a higher targets per route run, and he's run the 2nd most routes on the team, only behind Travis Kelce. It's like, I mean, he is bad. So I looked this up. And this is all per fantasy points. There's 166 wide receivers and tight ends that have run at least 35 routes. His separation score ranks 102nd. His win rate ranks 140th. And his targets per route run ranks 119th. Like all that stuff is terrible. I think that they're going to try to get him involved. I just think it's going to be like in these gadgety type of plays. So it's like screen passes, it's end arounds. Maybe even he'll pull a Deebo Samuel and take a normal drop back. But I think that the rushing yards for Xavier Worthy is solid. And when you get a chance, pull it up on the screen just so we can make sure that people can get the most up-to-date odds.
Okay. I was literally fooling around looking at my next guy. Hang on, I'm getting there.
Yeah, no,
I'm going to show rush yards, but for the we can look at alts and everything too.
Yeah, if you wanted to be spicy, you could alt this one. You could ladder it. So yeah, there we go.
That's what we were just saying. Like, well, they don't really give you the very good alts. It looks like the 5.5s or whatever. All right, so DraftKings, 6 rushing yards out of him is plus 160. Kind of like that better, just because like I just said, like if he's getting a few yards, it's like he definitely has potential to get 15 to 20. You know what I'm saying? On like the carry that he gets. I don't know how many carries he's gonna get, but like I said, if he gets any amount of space, it's not 6 yards. That's all.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, you could even take 20 at plus 510 if you really wanted to get. I wish they had like a 10 and a 15. It's kind of weird.
I'm thinking that too. They know better than that, though.
Yeah, it's like
50 at Caesars. I don't even know what book that is right there. Do you know what that is?
I can't. It's off. There you go. Oh, that's Fliff. That's Fliff.
Oh, they changed their thing?
Yeah, they changed their logo. Yeah.
Ooh. Same great sweepstakes sports books.
Yep.
Different logo. 30 plus is plus 1,000. That's probably really a little bit too wild, but
yeah, if you really want to get crazy. Yeah, this is not a play. I mean, I took the 1.5, just was like, it's one of those things where like if he just gets no carries, this is going to feel disgusting. So I don't want to have too much exposure to it. So I just took the 1.5, played a half unit on it. If I'm wrong, I'm down a half unit, and I'm cool with that.
Yep. Okay. That's how I roll too. Okay. All right. So here, just whatever. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I'm going to take Juwan Johnson something. I don't exactly know what, but I kind of want to talk to you about it.
Well, I can tell you what I'm taking with him.
Oh, okay. So
we're aligned. We are aligned.
I think it's receptions.
So what I did, I put a half unit on 3+ receptions. Mm-hmm. I also laddered his yards all the way up to 50.
Okay.
So I did both. If he gets 3 receptions for 10 yards, if it's one of those games, then I'm basically breaking even with the way the unit size, the way the odds work and stuff. So I'm 100% with you though. Like I think Juwan Johnson, like 50 yards for him is like plus 850. That's not crazy at all against this Chiefs defense, who doesn't give up anything to the wide receiver, gives up everything to the tight end. Like it's not going to be. The only thing is if it's like a Shaheed game, that's the only thing I'm nervous about. If he just goes like 5 receptions for 170. that's the concern. But the Chiefs are cool with letting the tight end beat them, and they're 4-0, so it's like beat them is relative.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just see what for one, the box score watchers are gonna get caught maybe with this one because they're gonna see that Johnson, he got 3 targets in week 1 against Carolina. They end up rolling that team. He only caught 2 balls, went for 26 yards. I think he caught a touchdown that day. But the next 2 games, he didn't get targeted. So obviously there was no receptions or anything like that. He ran 3 routes against Dallas.
Yeah.
They went into that game saying, hey, we're running the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that had to be what it was. And then against Philly, it looks like they went into that one with the same, hey, we're going to run the ball. You know, I mean, I'm guessing, like, obviously I wasn't in that room, but I mean, that's what it looks like just by, he only ran 7 routes. He was never targeted. So there is that. But I mean, against Philly, guess how many times Kamara ran the ball?
Oh, like 20 times for like 60 yards. I mean, he didn't
26 times.
Yeah. For how many yards?
Like 87.
Yeah. It was a terrible yards per carry.
Yep. Not good. But like I said, they went it. I feel like that last week, his snap share went up to 68%. He ran 21 routes, which was good. He had 3 targets, 2 receptions, 13 yards. What a lot of people are going to forget, though, is if you didn't watch that game, you don't know that he had like a 20-something yard catch in that. I think it was the 3rd quarter. It was getting later, but
yeah,
dude, it got wiped out by a penalty that, whatever, a penalty wipes out. But I mean, like, he was more involved is my point. Like, just more involved. That was against Atlanta. I don't know what really that means. I don't know how good or bad they are against the tight end, but I do know the Chiefs, I mean, it was likely in week 1, think like 9 balls, $118. I mean, he just demolished him. The guy doesn't even play. Like, I don't even know if he's still on that team, the Ravens. Like, he's never out there. So then you have, I think it was
Gesicki. It was Gesicki.
Yeah, Gesicki. He's been on a milk carton since that game. Like, no one's seen him. So I don't know. I just think that if you can't line up and run at him with Kamara, which they cannot do, I know they can't run on Kansas City. Kansas City this season, top 5 in opponent yard per carry. Like, I know that's not the greatest statistic, but that it tells you something. You know what I mean? Like you're not just gonna line up and like just push these guys off the line and run. So you have to do something. Receivers don't do well. The McDuffie kid, I guess, is good.
Yep, very good.
So you got that, and I guess what I'm trying to say is it all makes sense, like as to why the tight end would be, you know what I'm saying, a producer. Well, Taysom Hill's out tonight. So
Yep.
Not like he's a real tight end, but you know what I'm saying? So that's going to help him be on the field, though. You know what I mean? That's all. And then Foster Moreau is the other guy that is competing with them for targets. So if you wanted to, you could go to Moreau too. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that that's a good idea, but I think Johnson is the one. I think that he's priced in an area that is crazy. I mean, plus 158 for 3 at FanDuel. I don't think that's the best price. I think someone has something better. Yeah, 175 at Fanatics for 3 catches. Like 3 catches. That's it. One more that he's done in the other 2 games. Like I said, 21 routes last week.
That's the important number.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of routes. And this week, like I said, Olave was available for most of those routes, which I don't know if both receivers are going to be available. That's all I'm trying to say for both those routes. I think that McDuffie and whoever's playing on the other side is not bad either.
Yeah. Forget that guy's name. Yeah, I mean, I have the stats to kind of back that up. So they've given, because I was on Juwan Johnson, so I have all these stats. So week 1, 9 receptions, 111 yards for Likely. Week 2, 7 receptions, 91 yards from Mike Gesicki. Week 3, Kyle Pitts, who, if I can remind you, is the worst tight end in NFL history. Even he had 59 yards against the Chiefs. And then you look at receivers. Receivers have the Chiefs have allowed the 5th fewest receiving yards to number 1 wide receivers, the 14th fewest to number 2, and the 13th fewest to number 3. That's top half in all of the top 3 wide receivers, and that's top 5 against number 1 wide receivers. And they overall have allowed the 6th fewest receiving yards per game, specifically to wide receivers, not even looking at like, are you a 1, 2, or 3? And like, look at the teams that they played. It was the Ravens, and they were winning that whole game. So the Ravens had the pass. It was Joe Burrow and the Bengals in week 2, and it was Kirk Cousins in week 3, who just threw for 500 yards, and they shut them down. The only below average passing offense that they played was Justin Herbert in the Chargers, who Herbert was on one leg, and they're missing their top 2 tackles, and Herbert threw for like less than 200 yards in that game. So
I think he actually still caught 3 balls.
Yeah, he did. It just wasn't for any yards, but he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's crazy to me. Like, I think that, I mean, also, too, they have another tight end. Hayden Hurst was targeted 3 times in that game.
Yeah, all tight ends. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, I think that if you're the Saints, like I said, watching him last week, he on that play that got called back, man, he was moving. Like, he's a former wide receiver. So you got that. Also, I mean, I don't know if you remember Marquise Colston, just saying, got a lot in common with him, you know? So, former wide receiver, plays tight end for the Saints, but he ended up playing wide receiver later, but he got called a tight end in fantasy. Remember that? Did you play back then? Yeah, that was very, very fun to have literally a wide receiver 1 playing tight end for you.
Tight end, yeah.
Yeah. But no, but Juwan Johnson is definitely in play. I had him a couple of years ago on I think it was a Thursday night game. I remember because I was in Florida, and we were at Disney World with the kids and stuff, and he got literally within a yard or 2 of his prop, and it just, like, that was like the worst night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up getting violently sick that night, and my vacation was cut short from that day on. We left on Sunday, and I was like, I think I had COVID or something. You know what I mean? It was like something bad. I just laid in a hotel, but I'm ready to get hurt by Juwan again. I think it'll be the first time since that day that I took him. I was right that night. It just didn't really work out. I think he caught like 6 balls. He just didn't get any yards. He's going to catch 3 balls tonight. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. The only question is, do you take him to catch 4?
Plus 395.
Plus 350, I see at FanDuel is the place I could use it. I can't really play at Fliff. And then if you think you can catch 4, do you sprinkle on 5 at plus 340?
I mean, might as well climb the full ladder, just as high as the books will let you go.
Especially FanDuel, because they kind of keep you. They don't get ridiculous. Like, sometimes on Caesars, I notice a lot. You'll look and you're like, dude, you'll let me bet this guy to catch 12 balls?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, thanks, but I mean, like, dude, like, I mean, that doesn't even make sense. I'm going to check Caesars real quick while we're talking, because their alts, I don't think, show up on that screen.
Yeah, sometimes they do. It's weird. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Okay, yeah, which is why I'm glad 4+ is plus 400 at Caesars.
Oh, there you go. That's even better.
5+ plus 900. Do you do it?
Yeah.
Do you say this guy's going to catch 5? It's 5 passes, Matt. 5.
It's not a lot of passes.
That's not that ridiculous.
I mean, I had Jalen Tolbert up to 75+ receiving yards yesterday, or maybe it was, I forget the exact number. I had him at a high number and he hit it, and that sounded crazy before. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk you off of it. If you want to, just to tell the people how I played him, it's a total amount of units risked of 1.80 on Juwan Johnson, which that's not great, but the other plays are only for a half unit, so it's less than 3 units risked in a night. That's fine. I put a quarter on 3+ receptions, which I guess I got it at plus 190. Looks like it's right now plus 185, so it's close enough. And then I did the yards from there, because I felt more confident it was going to be the yards than the receptions. I'm not going to like disagree with you if you think the opposite. If you think it's going to be the receptions, I think he could do both. So then I took 25+ receiving yards for a half unit, 30+ for 0.4, 40+ for 0.25, and 50+ for 0.15. And like I said, 50+ is plus 850 odds. It's crazy,
dude. 50+ at Caesars 750, 40 is plus 400, 30 is plus 210.
It's 30 yards for plus 210. It's crazy.
All right, check it out. So last season, he caught 5 balls twice. He caught 4 balls 4 times. He went 5 for 29 against the Bears.
5 for 29. Jeez, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal. He went 8 for 90 against the Bucks in the second to last game of the season.
And last year the Bucks were terrible against the tight end. That's what's going to happen tonight. He's going to have 8 for 90.
Yeah, I think Allen is that kind of coach. We'll find out. He's not I don't think he's a do what we do guy. That's all I'm saying. Like I think it changes based on who they're seeing. Not like the Ravens, not quite like the Ravens where, you know what I mean? Like it's like a different team out there. But I do think that you just change who you target. But dude, he went 8 for 90 in a game last season. Like the second to last game, week 16 on New Year's Eve.
Wow. I mean, doing that on New Year's Eve is impressive.
That ain't easy. So all I'm saying is it's not like he hasn't done this before. And like I said, his numbers were all over the map. So you were looking for a matchup spot. That's all I'm trying to say.
And
yeah,
he was hurt at the beginning of the year, so they kind of slow rolled him. Like you look at his snap share, 50%, it started week 1. His snap share, 35%. Week 2, 41%. Week 3, 50. Last week, as you mentioned, 68%. He's going to get 70-plus snaps again today. Like, he's getting more healthy.
Yep. I'm looking back the year before. Same team, same quarterback. The night that I'm talking about, 10/20/2022, is he caught 5 balls for 32 yards. I think I needed 40 plus out of him. So he was more than a yard short, but he caught 5 passes, man.
Yeah, 5's a lot.
40 yards. But he could totally redeem himself tonight if he just caught 5 balls, because if he did that, that's plus 900. Like I said, I'm going to keep going. I hate to do that because I haven't made a decision, but it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know that we're going to get a ton of Juwan Johnson steam throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, probably not.
So,
if it hasn't happened yet.
I'm going to think about this in the best way to do it. But there's a real chance we're going 5 plus. We're going at least 4 plus, 3 plus. Like it's going to be around, dude. And it's going to be glorious because I think he at least catches 3, which if he catches 3, that will pay for the other 2 bets and give you $10.
Yeah.
That's Caesar. So you'll win $10 if he doesn't catch any more than 3. You win $10, but you have a shot at, what did I say? Reception wise. I just don't know how much I do for yardage. Like, how do you just empty the clip and just pray that this dude doesn't get hurt?
Yeah, I mean, that's always the risk when you're doing ladder plays. I kind of think that like his is so low that like the game script is not going to, like, the Chiefs aren't going to put up a bunch of points on the Saints, and the same thing's going to happen. So like, I'm not worried about a game scripting, and even if it does, like the numbers are so low that you're not like the stuff that you worry about was like when you're going 100 plus, like that game's got to be close pretty much throughout, or he's got to hit it in the first half. If not,
you're going to need something happening. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but this guy
is not that
on 2 random drives happened to catch 3 passes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that could easily, he gets in a 2-minute drill, he catches 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like it's not, it's something you would never notice.
Yeah. And the Chiefs defense, like they're not going to this game thinking, all right, how do we slow down Juwan Johnson? They're going after Chris Olave and they're going after Rashid Shaheed. They're going to leave him open.
Yep. We shut down Juwan Johnson. We win this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not written on any whiteboard anywhere in the Chiefs facility.
Yeah, they might not even know his name.
I don't even know if they know he's on the team.
Like, he's going to catch 3 balls.
Like number 83.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
83. He looks fast. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, no, he's not a threat.
Yeah, so, all right. So this is kind of quietly turned into the Juwan Johnson show. But, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know you were on him either, which is why I like not telling each other what we're taking beforehand.
Yep.
But, yeah, I just have a hard time. Here's the thing with that Carolina game, too. There must be something with the Panthers because the tight ends got targeted a ton in that game. Because Foster Moreau had like 4 for 40 and a touchdown that day. So you combine that. But a lot of that, like, I'm guessing that was done after the fact. And also, too, Moreau was, Juwan Johnson was coming in hurt. Coming into that game week 1. So, there might have been a conscious effort to, have Moreau out there more, but that's not the case at this point. And my point of saying all that was that the tight end position was definitely involved that game a lot.
Yeah, that's what it was. He got surgery in June of this offseason, basically missed the entire training camp and preseason. So that's kind of why you look at that snapshot, that's why they slow rolled him, because he missed all that time. But now he's good, as we saw, 68% of the snaps.
35 week 1, 37 week 2. That could have been because of beatdowns too, though.
Also true.
50% against Philly, 68% against the Falcons. And that game, I think they were winning. It was a neutral. It was
a weird game. Yeah, it was a weird game.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much all I got. I mean, like I said, I wish I had an actual bet for you in terms of Juwan Johnson, but it's looking like it's trending toward 3+ will be the move. And then I'll probably go into yards. I just don't know how heavy to go into this dude, but yeah, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah, run some mental simulations.
Like, what do you do? Because I'm kind of a full unit guy. Like splitting them up, I don't do much. Like, I just feel like if you do hit one of those, it will just, you know what I'm saying? If you're profitable with one of those, then why not be really profitable?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do understand the splitting units, because it's not the worst thing to do whenever, like I said, your guy blows out his ACL before he even catches the ball. You're just like, this sucks.
Yeah, the way I do it is if I'm going to ladder someone, Juwan Johnson I did a little bit differently because I had both receptions and yards. But the way I typically ladder someone is I'll do one unit on like whatever their main prop is, like that's right around even money, or like hopefully for a little bit plus money. And then if they hit, and then I try to make it so I'm only risking less than a unit on the ladder plays. So that way, if he hits his main prop and that's it, we're still at least breaking even, or we're in the green. Does that make sense? That's what I typically try to do.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it just seems like this. If this guy goes 5 for 50 tonight. It's plus
we're cashing everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Plus you hit a plus 900 and a plus 751.
It's a lot of money. I mean, that can get you through some bad days.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Matt, tell them where they can find you. Newsweek, Twitter. Tell them.
Newsweek, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter at Jedi Modi, writing articles for Newsweek, posting YouTube videos and stuff. Obviously going to be a little bit quiet over the end of this week and all of next week. But typically that's not the case. You're probably begging me to shut up when on a normal week. But yeah, Twitter at Jedi Modi. I'll post everything that I do on there.
Sweet. And for me, I'm at Slop Rules on Twitter. Everything kind of gets distributed from there. But if you want to subscribe to this channel, you're more than welcome to. I would love to have you, because we do shows like this every single day. Thunderdome on Friday, so we don't do the world's greatest sports betting show. But we're also on Spotify and Apple, so those links are in the description as well. Anywhere you can, just listen. Thank you. We appreciate the support, and we will see you tomorrow.